All right, folks, I'm going to use the computer mic since it seems like my fancy microphone has not been working too great for the last week or so. So if you ever notice that my sound is not good, please, if you want to, drop me a line in the chat so I can try to work with it. Okay, logistics aside, let's come into an easy seat. This month we've been exploring Isvara Pranidhana, this idea of interconnectedness, of being part of something greater than ourselves as individuals. So our quote today comes from Sergei Kahili King. I'll put this on my website in case I just destroyed the name. We are all connected to everyone and everything in the universe. Therefore, everything one does as an individual affects the whole. All thoughts, words, images, prayers, blessings, and deeds are listened to by all that is. Let's breathe deeply as I invite the bell. We are all connected to everyone and everything in the universe. Therefore, everything one does as an individual affects the whole. All thoughts, words, images, prayers, blessings, and deeds are listened to by all that is. Sergei Kahili King. All right, let's go ahead and make our way onto our spine to gently start stretching ourselves out. When you are ready, roll onto your back. It's great to have you here, folks. Let's reach the arms up overhead, send the legs long, and just start this practice with a nice full body stretch. Spread your toes wide. Spread your fingers and palms wide. This might induce a yawn. Another big breath, big stretch. And exhale. Let's bring the arms out wide. Go ahead and bend your knees, planting your feet. A few breaths here, letting the spine settle onto the ground. If it feels okay, you could inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, continuing that nice rhythmic full breath. Remembering that this is your personal practice, you are completely in control of it. You could stay here the next 27 minutes or so, or you could send your right leg long and just let the left leg come up and over to the right. No need to push it all the way. The left leg does not need to come to the ground. Just another breath here, gentle twist to get things started. And then come back through neutral. Bend the right knee, right foot on the ground, left leg goes long, and then the right leg lifts up and over to the left side. And come back to neutral. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Pick up and scoot the hips just a couple of inches to the left. And from there, you can let the legs fall over to the right, or if you like, draw your legs in towards your chest a bit, and then let them fall to the right. Settle yourself into a twist that feels good to you today. We'll be here for several breaths. Maybe you return to the 5 count inhale and 5 count exhale. Remembering our breath is an excellent tool to remind us of our connection with all that is. Every breath you're breathing in has participated in life on this planet. Every breath you breathe out will be there for the next person or plant or creature to breathe in. This constant exchange that we're in with our environment. When you're ready, come back to neutral. And then cross the right leg over the left, scoot the hips just a little bit to the right, and let the legs fall to the left, either directly or drawing them in towards your chest first. Support yourself. Let yourself feel as good as you can here, and breathe. So our breath is responsible for more waste removal in our body than any other system. So think about that. Through our breath, we dispose of more waste and toxins than we do through our digestive system, through anything else. So something to keep in mind as we breathe in, truly purifying, cleansing breath. Breathe out, letting it go. One more cycle of breath. And then we'll roll onto our left sides, press ourselves up. Coming to seated, maybe crossing your legs, maybe if it's available to you, sitting on your heels. Remembering we can always put a block between our ankles, a blanket under our seat. We won't be here too terribly long. Open your arms out wide. Big in-breath. And when you exhale, wrap your arms around yourself. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, see if you can sit a little taller. Exhale, give yourself a twist to the right. See if you can lengthen your low back. Lift the crown of your head, soften your shoulders. And come back through neutral. Inhale. Exhale, give yourself a little twist to the left. Breathing in, come to center, open the arms out wide. Give yourself a hug, opposite arm on top. This time, let's drop the chin towards chest, rounding the spine, caving the chest. Maybe rock your head side to side. Inhale, sit up tall. See how high you can lift your heart. And exhale, let it go. Let's make our way to tabletop. If the wrists are sensitive, we can move the hands forward a couple of inches, so a greater angle on the wrist, not quite so much weight. Gripping down into your fingertips, engage your core for just a moment. Notice how that feels. And then slow motion, tilt your pelvis so the belly drops down. Lift your heart, maybe lift your face, maybe stick your tongue out. Stretching your face, your tongue. Inhale, and on an exhale, slow motion, rock the pelvis. So we start to arch the spine up towards the sky. Staying here for a breath or two. Imagine breathing into the space between your shoulder blades, the space all along your spine. And slowly come to neutral, then flex your spine, inhaling and exhaling through cow and cat, Vidalasana and Marjarasana. Add any other movements that feel good to you. You might be connecting with your breath here, Ujjayi Pranayama. Beautiful. The next time you are in a neutral spine, so back in tabletop, we'll tuck the toes, engage your core. So that'll help lift the middle of your spine, lengthening your spine. Keep that happening. Push the ground away through your hands. We're still in tabletop, but notice if we can lift the torso up a little bit more. Wrap your upper arms. So try to get your elbows to point more towards your thighs. Lots happening here. Keep with it as you slowly lift your knees and press your chest back towards your thighs, coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Taking any movement that feels good here, remembering that keeping a little bend in the knees can help us keep the spine long, which is the priority in this shape. On an inhale, look forward, and on an exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Keep your core muscles engaged. Bend your knees really generously. Sweep your arms up, chair pose. Breathe in here and out. Another breath in. And breathing out, stand up tall. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands touch down on the ground. Bend your knees. Step your right foot way back in space. Keep the right hand grounded and the left arm reaches up to the sky. You can always lower your back knee. Maybe you circle your left wrist or through the left shoulder. Maybe the left hand on the thigh feels best. We can always choose our own intensity. Another in-breath. And exhale, left hand to the ground. Make your way to plank pose, knees up or down. Breathe in. Breathing out, we'll all lower our knees. Slowly put a little bend in your elbows. Keep breathing. Notice what happened. Did the weight go to the heel of your hands? Try to send it to the fingertips. Are the arms splaying out, elbows pointing out? Try to have them point back. And then slowly lower all the way down. Arms brushing the rib cage. Point your toes back. Stretch your arms back, palms down. Inhale, lift your heart any amount. You could press the tops of your feet into the ground, or you could lift your feet. Either way, explore Shalabhasana for a couple of breaths. Locust pose. You could also interlace your hands behind your back. And on an out breath, release. Shimmy the hips or bend the knees and let the legs fall side to side. And then hands alongside your chest, toes tucked on the ground. Engage your legs if you want to push up. Hug your arms into your ribs. Big inhale, big exhale. Engage the muscles of the body. Push the ground away. Inhale and exhale, downward facing dog. You could also go through a flow. You could also take a water break. A few breaths. Staying just a bit longer wherever you've landed. You might just briefly consider what brought you to practice. What are your hopes or intentions? There's no right or wrong answer. When you're ready, from us all meeting in down dog, inhale to look forward and exhale, hop or step yourself to the top of your mat. On an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, stand up powerfully. Inhale, stretching up, and exhale, fold forward. Soften your knees so your hands can touch down. Step your left foot way back in space. Left hand stays grounded. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Make it your own. So maybe you drop your knee, maybe you lower your right hand, or maybe you're circling the wrist or shoulder, lubricating the joints. Always choose your own adventure. Another in breath. And exhale, right hand to the ground. Make your way to your version of plank. Check in with your arms. Biceps spiraling forward, elbows trying to make their way pointing backwards. Energy into the fingertips. Breathe in and breathe out. Lower all the way down. Point your toes back. Stretch your arms back. Inhale, Shalabhasana, locust pose. Really roll the shoulders back and down, palms face down or hands interlaced. Another breath. And release. Do whatever recovery works for you. So maybe just a breath or two as you are, maybe swiveling the hips. And then toes tucked. Engage the legs, engage the arms, the core. Big breath in, big breath out. Push yourself up to plank. You are strong. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, or take a break or a flow. That goes for almost any time we hit this triangle shape. You can always do what suits you. We'll usually have 3 to 5 breaths, if not more. On an inhale, we'll look forward. On an exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhaling, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause for a breath. On an inhale, we'll stretch up. On an exhale, fold forward. Hands touch down. Step yourself all the way back to plank pose. Just a breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky, then bend the knee, open up the hips, so stack the left hip on the right. You can look forward at the space between your hands to try to help keep the shoulders more neutral. The left shoulder might be lifting up. Trying to keep the shoulders neutral so a twist happens in the torso area. On an in-breath, re-extend the left leg. Exhale, step or swing the foot to the top of the mat. Steady yourself here, breathing in. Exhale, step into your left leg, lifting the right heel towards the sky, standing splits. Move the hands forward in space. Maybe you have a block you can bring under your right hand, while your left hand comes either to the left hip or up to the sky, and we'll rotate our torso towards the left. Revolved half moon. Viparita Ardha Chandrasana. Do the best you can. Wonderful. One more breath. Exhale, find forward fold. Great work. On your inhale, lift halfway, shoulders slide together. Exhale, fold. Sink your hips. Inhale, sweep your arms up, chair for a breath. And exhale, stand up tall. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, full body stretch. Exhale, folding forward. Plant your hands, step yourself into plank pose. Breathing in, breathing out, downward facing dog. Breathing in, right leg to the sky. And then you might bend the knee, lift it, open the hip. Try to keep the shoulders relatively stable. Imagine your fingers are glued into the mat. One more in-breath. Re-extend the right leg. Exhale, step or swing your right foot to the top of the mat. Big breath in. And exhale, step into your right leg. You might move the hands forward. Left hand stays grounded. Right hand can move to your hip or the sky. Let's rotate our torso towards the right. Just work with what you've got. If we ever get frustrated with ourselves, especially with balance poses, we could really kind of zoom out and look at what we're asking our bodies to do. It's not something we do every day. Or well, maybe it is, we're yogis, but you know what I'm saying. This is tricky stuff, calling in a lot of coordination. Another breath, maybe you can slow it down. And set your left foot down. Find your way to forward fold. On an inhale, lift halfway, shoulders slide together. Exhale, fold, sink your hips, sweep your arms up on an inhale. Chair pose. And exhale, stand up tall. Let's bring our feet out wider. Soften the knees and bounce a bit. We'll say about 5 full breaths of bouncing. Maybe you want to shake your arms out or reach them up overhead. Maybe you can shake out 1 foot at a time, maybe 2 feet at a time if you're really levitating over there. Give yourself permission to really go crazy. 1 more breath. Shake, shake, shake. And come to stillness. Take time to notice. Soften anything you can. So if the shoulders are tensing, maybe you can let them go. The jaw, the belly, the thighs. Just another breath, noticing sensations. Lovely. Let's come back onto our spines. So make your way back to the ground. Just like we began, let's keep the knees bent, arms open out wide. Perhaps now you have a bit more heightened awareness of the sensations of your body. You might just barely rock your legs side to side, so really rock the pelvis side to side, massaging your low back and gluteal muscles here. And the next time your pelvis rocks towards the right, go ahead and let your legs fall to the right side. Adjust yourself so you're in a twist that feels good for about 3 breaths. Maybe returning to that 5 count breath. Maybe remembering last week where we were imagining breathing into the heart space, where the inhales create a glowing light like an ember in our hearts, and the exhales spread that energetic light out through all of our cells into the space around us. And then we'll slowly bring the legs back to neutral. Again, shimmy, shift the pelvis side to side. Just small movements. And eventually, when you shift it towards the left, go ahead and let the legs fall all the way over, and then settle yourself in a way that feels good. Again, option to return to that intentionally measured breath, and option to imagine the breath coming into your heart space, glowing brighter, like you're blowing on an ember as you inhale, and radiating out as you exhale. We can use our mind and our imagination for so many things. Why not? Another breath. And when you feel ready, when you feel even, come back to neutral. Again, you might just subtly rock your hips or legs side to side. Hug your knees into your chest like a little ball. In this little ball shape, Apanasana, we're compressing our belly area. So for some of us, this might make breathing deeply feel really hard. If that's you, then just see if you can notice where else in your body your breath can expand. So maybe there's not much room in the torso, but could you imagine the breath coming in and expanding the low back, expanding the side body, the ribs on the side, the shoulders, even the arms. And everything could soften just a little bit with every out breath. If you'd like Happy Baby, Ananda Balasana, go for it. Couple breaths here. Soles of the feet facing the sky. Hands reaching towards the outer edges of the feet, but landing wherever they can get to. And when you feel ready, release this shape. Find your way to a resting pose, Shavasana, or whatever suits you. And give yourself the gift of this moment of stillness, trusting that this time is just as valuable as any other parts of your practice. If you have a day ahead of you, you might imagine, how do you want to feel as you move through the world? Compassionate, connected, aware, gentle. Anything that feels true to you. Another breath or so. Creating space for yourself to be your favorite version of you. We are all connected to everyone and everything in the universe. Therefore, everything one does as an individual affects the whole. All thoughts, words, images, prayers, blessings, and deeds are listened to by all that is. As you're ready, you can release your Shavasana practice. You're always welcome to stay longer, transition into meditation. But if you'd like to close this practice together by creating the universal vibration of Om, we'll return to an easy seat. And the sound Om is an opportunity for us to also work with the interconnectedness of all that is. So everything in the universe and cosmos is vibrating. And when we chant or hum, we are creating more vibration within our system. So if you'd like, hands together at the heart, big breath in for Om or hum. Deep bow of gratitude to you for sharing your practice and your time, to the ancient yogis for giving us this practice. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Halloween. And I look forward to seeing you all in November.